Bipolar Mood Journal. We do this every day. Today is November 20th, 2025, and my name is Conrad, and I have bipolar 1 disorder, just like I did yesterday, just like I will tomorrow. But I wanted to do something a little bit different today with the journal because yesterday turned into such a question and answer kind of show. I was hoping that maybe today we could do a daily live bipolar mood journal. Now, if there's nobody on here and there's nobody asking any questions and it's just me talking, then it's going to be kind of difficult to do like a bipolar. Oh, I wanted to do a bipolar support group live. That's what I wanted to do today with the journal. But if it's just me asking the questions, it's going to be kind of hard to do that. Um, I don't know what I just said there. I'm having like a real ADHD day. I don't know if I have ADHD. I did a brain mapping thing, uh, and I just don't know if I've ever been actually diagnosed with it. Cause I don't know. I don't know if I always had some symptoms of it, and it's gotten worse since I've triggered my bipolar and got diagnosed with bipolar. It sure feels like it. Um, I'm just having trouble concentrating. I'm having trouble keeping focus on things sometimes. And I do my best to come back to it and try to handle the things that I have to handle, but I don't know. Maybe I have that. But either way, we start the show by just a little bit of a gratitude check in, and I'm grateful for my wife who is also working hard to um, just better herself, and her feelings and emotions, and working on that. And I'm grateful for her understanding of all that I'm going through and all that I'm trying to process, um, and just the grace that she gives me as I work through this. A lot of this is hard. Like I said, I don't know. It's just been such a whirlwind of changes over the past few years, but even this past year, it's just been such a whirlwind that it's hard to it's been hard for me to stay grounded. So having my wife and having the support from her is probably the thing I'm most grateful for. But we're going to open the support group by taking a breath, checking in with ourselves. No pressure, no expectations. That's what it says on here. Just showing up is enough. You know what I mean? And that's true. Just showing up is enough. But if I was to just show up and not talk, I don't know how good the show would be. So just showing up is enough for you guys. But I'm trying to do something where I can at least facilitate some kind of conversation between myself and the audience to make us feel not so alone, you know? Sometimes, uh, oftentimes, it seems that when these kinds of things happen, when somebody gets diagnosed as bipolar 1 and has a manic episode or has their first episode, you lose your friends, you lose your support. And that's what happened to me. Other than my wife and kids, I have a couple siblings that have really followed along. All of them care. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to say that they don't care, but the extent of support that you get from different people is different. and even the people that are, from my old pre-diagnosis me before I had a manic episode and before I went crazy basically, even though I don't talk to a lot of those people anymore, I don't think it means that they don't care about me. I just don't I think that sometimes it's hard for it's just a different you're a different person and you require different you're just a different person now. And so you require people to change with you. I mean, I'm still the same, physically. I just have a different goal, and the goal is to get better. So we're going to do a quick mood check. Um, how's your mood today? Is it high, low, or somewhere in the middle? Uh, today I'm feeling, gives me distance. I'm feeling lost a little bit today. Like the things that I want to do or I'm trying to do, I don't know how to do anymore. I feel a little bit lost. Um, working on, I'm just, there's so many things that are up in the air that it makes me feel lost today. So just doing this journal is probably one of the best things that I can do because I'm at least getting this off my plate. And I consider it something like not a job, but it's definitely a responsibility or me taking responsibility for my sickness and for my recovery. And so by doing this on a daily basis, I think it shows that I'm not giving up. You know what I mean? So even though I feel kind of lost today, um I'm here to show that I'm not giving up. So how's your mood today? Is it high, low, somewhere in the middle? What's one thing that you're proud of today? Um, other than hitting go live on this, I did make it over to the YMCA, the Young Man's Christian Association, this morning, and I ran around the track for about 40 minutes, and I wanted to go for another 20, but I just lost my inspiration and focus. So it's actually a good thing because it was about that time that my wife was trying to get a hold of me as she was on her way to work. So I got to talk to her a little bit. So I don't know if sometimes I know that I don't have like some sort of weird husband wife telepathy going on, but it's like I knew that she was calling. And so um, let's do did anything trigger you this week? Uh, tr- yes, I think that family is a big trigger for me, and um, my dad's been going through it like with his own mental health and his own struggle with substance abuse with alcohol primarily over the past few years for sure, and his defiance has caused it's like a huge trigger for me, because you care, you don't want to show how much I don't even know how to show how much I care, but when you watch somebody hurting themselves and you try to help and you still see them hurting themselves, it's like it is a big trigger. But the best way I can think to that I've had to do is just kind of separate myself from the situation. I'm on my own sobriety journey, and I'm supposed to add a question or answer sticker. Sweet or savory breakfast? I'm not going to ask that. Yesterday it told me that I should ask what's the best way to eat an Oreo. I mean, are we really YouTube Live doesn't have any idea what we're doing here on this bipolar thing. I mean, we're trying to help people that got bipolar disorder. Not to say that there isn't some fun stuff that we can talk about, cuz there certainly is, but do we have to talk about what's your favorite breakfast, savory or sweet? I don't think so. Um did anything trigger me this week? So, yeah, my dad's just more information about him and his cuz basically since July I haven't even spoken to him, and I've kind of stayed away until I at least know he's on some sort of path to his own wellness, or trying to be. And that's up to him, to get that way. But it was just becoming too much for me to be around. So, um, just family is a trigger, and worry, that just brings up worry. I guess the worry of what's going on with him and his situation is a big trigger for me. I'm supposed to work on some financial stuff because when I was manic, I just lost control of that side of me, the part where I'm usually pretty good with finances and don't like to waste my money, and I've always been good. I went on a spending spree, but a lot of that had to do with I would thought I was helping. I thought I was helping um, his company because I was working for the family business, and there was some things that just needed to be bought. And so, like, the moment I got some money in, I immediately went out and spent it on, the equipment that we would need, hoping that he would see that, I was trying to reinvest it, back into the company. And he didn't see any of that. He hasn't seen anything that over the past couple of years, I don't think. So, um, that's okay though. So that's main triggers is just worry, because worry brings stress, and stress brings, the moods. And so I really just need to let the process play out, with my finances. We've already committed to getting a lawyer involved and having him assist me and my family through whatever needs to happen, whether it be bankruptcy or whatever it might be. So I just need to let it go. I think a lot of the stuff I try to do that every day, where I'm just breathing and I'm like, not that I'm not aware of things, but I got to let go of the worry of them, you know? Um, and that's really hard for me to do. It's like I always want to fix things. I think everybody naturally wants to fix things. And some things can't be fixed instantly. Some things take so much time to fix. Some things will never like truly be fixed. So even having this disorder, even having bipolar disorder, it's like you're probably never truly going to be, there's no cure for it. And so the best that you can hope for is to be like symptom free, to be episode free, to be um just where you don't have to worry about it on a daily you're not worried about it on a daily basis, you manage it on a daily basis. I think that that's what I'm striving for with doing this, the daily mood journal, but also with the illness itself. It's me striving to, okay, I accept it, I have it. It doesn't have to control me. Maybe I can control it, you know. Out of all the things that are out of my control, if I can let all those things go, can I just be aware enough on a daily basis of my disorder to manage it moving forward? Is that, that's what I want to do. That's the goal. So, what coping skills have worked for your recovery recently? Um, well, just continued talk therapy about it, that has helped. I did see my therapist this week, and I was a little bit anxious about that. It had been a while since I had last seen her, and I'd had an episode since then. Um, but talking to my therapist, talking to doing this, doing my daily mood journal is my biggest coping skill. And even though I don't feel like it, getting out and exercising while I can, just keeping up the commitment to daily exercise has certainly helped. What are the what are you struggling with right now? Um, right now, I'm struggling with the confusion of during that time when I was manic and how to like categorize behavior you don't remember. It's like I have, I don't know. It's very difficult to describe how warped that manic period of someone's experience can be. I mean, of my experience, I guess I can just speak. It just seems like things are out of place. So if I look through um, the numbers and all the things of transactions and stuff, I don't remember it happening that way, if that makes sense. But I guess I can be proud enough to, I guess I can just say that it's just by opening it up and starting the process, I should be proud. A lot of people won't, so I know I'll breathe through it. I know that I just gotta breathe through it. That's why I keep telling myself, breathe and let it go, breathe and let it go. And the answers will come to me, but you do kind of have to search for them. But if they're not there, don't get worried. Just approach it a different way the next time. So, how's my sleep been? Well, last night I did have like I just got woken up abruptly. I thought it was my wife. Well, she was up and they'd been up and it just woke me up, I but there was a big thunderstorm going on and I think that I thought she was making this big noise and then come to find out it was the thunderstorm. So, but either way, the storm didn't help and kind of had restless sleep. So, um, it is weird that it said it's the weather system of my brain. but I can get into this. Oh. What are you trying to accept instead of fight? I'm trying to accept my mistakes. Like, I'm trying to accept that I made all these mistakes. And even though I was manic, they're mine to claim. And that's okay that I made them. I'm trying to accept that, like self acceptance of it, and then move on. But there's a huge waiting place. And until we get out of the waiting place, there's still going to be some knots in my stomach about all of it. And I'm trying to accept that those knots are going to be there. Um, where am I finding hope right now? Oh, I found hope in my wife and my kids, and the fact that conversations are happening um, with the right people to help me, I think, and we're going to get this figured out together. Um, so I'm hopeful, and I'm hopeful with my own. I haven't really, fingers crossed, but even though the medication makes me tired and sleepy, I've definitely felt better as far as I don't I haven't had very many symptoms of for sure mania, And even the depressive ones I feel like I'm doing good at shielding myself from falling further down into that hole. So, um if today had a theme, what would it be? My theme today would be oh, just keep your head up, I don't know, it's probably too cliche. All of it's cliche. These whole the whole mood journals cliche. So it's like just embrace the cliche. That's my theme for today. And I meant for that to rhyme. Um anyways, I got to get out of here. I'm cooking my wife lunch, so I'm bringing it to her at work. That's the goal today. So it's kind of a shorter show. We've been having some longer ones recently. So if you guys read the questions in the chat and want to respond, I appreciate it, and I'll get back to you and we'll get through this together. So be good to yourself and have a good day.